And right when they hit that wall, they go, hell no, I'd rather go back out.
If you keep on carrying the burden of each of your members, like, you're gonna die shortly.
As humans, we're very complicated. At 15 years old, I was diagnosed with it's what we call acute lymphocytic leukemia. I also dealt with my mom being an alcoholic. So continue your journey, continue believing in what you believe in, and it's not easy, but there's people like me that will be your biggest fan. So by the age of 20, I already left my house and moved downtown. No clarity whatsoever. I wake up in my bed sometimes and I just think, oh my gosh, I love my bed so much. Thank you. I can look at my toilet and I'm grateful, because imagine not having a toilet. I'm excited for you. I want you to keep doing this. If there's anything I ask of you today after this, is to keep doing this.
And I think I love how you explain how you journal. I like that, because it sounds like your journal, it's more positive. For me, my journaling is the opposite. It's more like the things that I did I regret, the things that I wish I have to work on and change. If somebody does something, because for us Christian, we learn how to forgive and live with everybody well, and not giving them, each person, the love of Christ. So what I journal more is things that I don't want to keep on my heart, but something that somebody did that hurt me, and I want to forgive them and forget about it, move on, be happy with them, move on, So I usually journal those kind of things to take it out of my heart without telling anyone about it, because I don't want somebody else now have a certain mindset about somebody else because of what they did. So in journaling, like, how do you define what you journal?
Well, first of all, congrats that you're journaling.
Okay.
That's it. I think that's the main thing. So how long have you been journaling?
Like, it started actually during COVID. I stopped a bit, and then I realized it was helping me, and then now I'm on it. Like, every time when I have something heavy on my heart, I have to write it out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you've noticed, you've been doing it long enough to notice that if you don't do it, there's a difference in life?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I mean. I'll highlight for you. You started it as a habit, positive habit, let's just say. And then, so I call that a self-care habit. And then it's a self-care routine, because now it's become a routine. When it gets to the point in life that you've been doing it consistently, where you notice a difference in life when you are not doing it, it becomes a self-care ritual. And that's where I can help people understand. That's when the awareness has really been created or benefit, I would say, or like, people ask me all the time, well, how do I create self-awareness? You can't really create it. You have to just kind of discover it, nurture it, and then develop it. And through these self-care practices is how we nurture our self-awareness. And you get more self-aware as you continue these self-care practices. But what's so cool is people don't even stop in the moment or like honor the present to say, like, wait a minute, what have I done through the consistency of this practice is that I've created a self-care ritual that is part of my life that allows me to increase my self-awareness to become the authentic. If I said, if I asked you a question on like, what's bothering you? Did you have something today that bothered you or made you upset? And I asked you, and you shared that to me. For example, do you have anything off the top of your head
That bothered me today?
Yeah.
Not really. The day was a bit busy from the beginning.
Right. Did anything piss you off?
Yeah, my Uber driver coming here.
Okay. And why?
Because I told him I'm a bit late, and then he was just driving anyhow. Slowed it a bit. Yeah.
And so it aggravated you?
Yeah.
And you got frustrated? And so if you were to stay frustrated and aggravated, say, for the whole day or tomorrow, what would that day look like for you if you were aggravated and frustrated?
Really bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So that state that I basically asked you a question. I got your thoughts instantly to start thinking about something that frustrated you. So the thoughts, if I keep asking you about things that frustrate you, it's going to trigger emotions that it's like you feel bad, like you don't feel as good as you can be, because your thoughts are so powerful that I have you focused on something that bothered you.
Yeah.
So the hack is that gratitude has the ability to instantly shift your paradigm or perception to be grateful about something positive. So now let's just flip it on its head. Let's do a 180 and say, okay, well, think of something today that you could be grateful for.
Okay, this moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Something else.
I'm grateful that I'm alive.
Cool.
Yeah.
One more.
It's hard. That's really hard. Yeah.
It's not that hard. But it's interesting that it is hard for you in a sense that
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you in a different state that if you're grateful and I'm grateful for you as well, how does that feel?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're great writing stuff down that you're grateful for in the morning in your journal, how are you feeling?
Better. I'm great. Yeah.
Right. And so if you have things that you need to do or when you connect in life, if I said, okay, well, I called you that was at 7 a.m. and I called you at 8 and I said, Bella, hey, can you just share with me what you're grateful for? And then you said to yourself, and you continue to practice gratitude, say 9, 10 a.m., you feel better and you're going to take action that's aligned with the things that you want to do in life. I think the trick of life or the hardest thing is to identify to stay in that state because we're so stressed. We're so bombarded with information that we're operating on autopilot or operating from a place of scarcity, or we're just damn frustrated. Like our ego is dominating on what we don't have. Gratitude is a simple way of looking at life where things are happening for us and not to us. So, I've been practicing gratitude long enough to know that I've hit frequencies where like I've cried or have to sometimes walk around and go for a walk in the morning and cry because I'm so grateful to have another shot at just becoming my best version and meeting and connecting with people, and it just goes on and I can just be so grateful. Mind you, I have other little things I have fun with. Like I can look at my toilet and I'm grateful because imagine not having a toilet.
I know.
Even those days that you were drunk coming home and you didn't drink. I don't know if you guys drank a lot, but back then I drank a lot. And you have a toilet you can hug, but having a shower, having food in your roof over your head. I wake up in my bed sometimes and I just think, oh my gosh, I love my bed so much. Thank you. So you start small.
Yeah.
I think when we ask people to practice gratitude, they think, like you said, the big things there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. No, be grateful for the fact that we're sitting here now. I have shoes on and you got clothes on,
shoes.
And start there and then, stack it. We call it stack gratitude. Enough to the point where you've hacked your mind to now be operating from a different state. So sorry to cut you off.
It's okay.
Don't stop journaling.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I think it's amazing that you're doing it, and I'm rooting for you to continue to do it for the rest of your life if you can.
Yeah.
But as the self-awareness increases and develops more, start maybe playing with the idea of being more intentional what you're putting down, and maybe shift some of the thoughts in towards things that are happening for you versus the things that you're writing down, because it sounds like it's a lot of the stuff you're writing down is stuff that's happening to you.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine being grateful. Imagine you're writing something down. Something that upset you at the moment, it sounds like, right? Well, imagine you actually changing the sentence to, I'm grateful for it to upset me. That's when it really gets good.
So journaling would say it's more, it develops your mindset. And I also wanted to ask you why do people hurt others? I don't know if you have heard that before.
Why do people hurt others?
Like a hurt person, it's always said that a hurt person will hurt somebody.
Yeah, well, we typically treat others the way we are feeling, right? If we're hurting, we're gonna hurt. If we're grateful, we're gonna, we're gonna honor. If we're sad, we may want to just hang around sad people. So I don't know if I can really answer that. I tell some clients on like discovery calls, say that I'm not a therapist. There's many times that I get into a conversation with someone and we go deep enough to know that there's a lot of trauma that they've experienced in life, or there's conditioning that they've maybe inherited from their family, parents, siblings, that they choose. As humans, we choose to carry it with us. We choose to live with this weight, say. And so if we run away from it or hide it or sweep it under the rug and live with this internal weight that's part of our life experiences, on top of all the other stuff that has to come to us, like the challenges of getting a job, you know, all the other things that we have to think of, it's not easy not to hurt people, I find. Like, I think we're almost conditioned to feel better, to think we're going to feel better if we're hurting, and the only way we're going to feel better is to hurt others. So I do, to simplify that, I do feel the reason why people hurt others is because they're hurting. Like, there's something, you know, there's a lot of books I've read where war, for example, is very ego. I think it's Eckhart Tolle, one of the books, The Power of Now, or A New Earth. But he would say that the cause for war is ego dominant, and it's something to do with power. It's something to do, it's the opposite of, like, say, the soul. But you know, there's like a missing void there. There's something that this person or body needs to fill, and so they're going to do, by all means necessary, go do whatever it takes to fill it.
Do you think like journaling, that's something that can help in that way?
Journaling?
Yeah, because you're telling me how I should change my journaling, and I think I'm gonna take that, start being grateful more. Do you think that can help?
Yeah, absolutely. I think gratitude is, like I said, is a superpower. Like, I'm in the midst of creating my own journal. It's called Gratitude is a Superpower. Like, gratitude is not only a superpower, it's a force field. Imagine you walking around, just as like a cartoon or a comic, walking around society every day out there, and you're just grateful. You'd be annoying. I like this shirt I created. It's called Good Annoying, because I almost feel like I'm so grateful at times that I annoy people, because I walk around this earth and not let any of this hurt come to me or affect me by using my force field of gratitude. So I do feel it's gratitude is an important tool to help us hurt less or discover more peace of mind and happiness, and say. But I feel that it starts more like to really help someone change or deal with a lot of pain. I think there's a level of inward or vulnerability that someone may have to go within deep, and that's where the therapy comes in. And that usually will be discovered through being in a safe place and going into places that they are afraid to go into.
Okay.
And so we sometimes call, like, walls. Like, they'll hit a wall and they'll be like, think about it. I say it like, I kind of laugh. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I'll say, okay, so what's wrong? Oh, well, you know, I'm stuck. I'm dealing with this. I have limiting beliefs. I have fear. So, okay, well, can we go deeper? And I say, sure. Like, what is it? Where do you think it's coming from? And so that's a question that's instantly taking someone and telling them to go inward. Right when they go inward, I got them in a safe space, or they're vulnerable enough to go inward, they see the first wall. And that wall has been there, that they created maybe sometime in their life, that it's a protection mechanism. And right when they hit that wall, they go, hell no, I'd rather go back out. So some people don't ever get to that point where they're ready to knock down that wall. And so they'll have to knock down that wall, get to the next wall or whatever. And that's the process of, like, say, self rehab, and, you know, of discovery and becoming your truest self. It's not easy. You know, as humans, we're very complicated, especially when it comes to emotions. That's why thinking is our dominant way of living. When it starts getting emotional, people can't handle it, and I can kind of understand why. Like I literally, for what I've lived, I lost my mom 5 years ago, and to an accident, again, alcoholism and stuff like that. And I was very fortunate. Thank you, by the way, for acknowledging it. I was very fortunate to, because I'm very deep and I've been doing the work for so long, to go through this process of, so she had an accident, and then I decided to keep her going, and this was a very tricky decision because the doctors communicated to me that when a family's in this situation, usually they'll just let them go, and which we would call palliative care. And I'm sorry if I get too deep, because like I said, I can get pretty deep. Okay. Yeah. But I prayed, did whatever I could, and I sat with her for like 2 days while she was in this state. She wasn't there. She had almost like a brain damage, bleeding in the brain, but she wasn't in a coma. It was like an awake coma. And I sat with her, and I was, you know, a lot of people told me this decision is not for you. Obviously, it's for her way of life moving forward. And I decided, in some spiritual way of prayer and feeling what my mom would want, I decided to keep her going. So we transferred her to a hospital, a complex care unit is what we call that. And, you know, I worked with her for a whole year to see if I could get her remotely close to anything where she could be happy. And, you know, at one point I got her walking again. And again, she has brain damage, so, you know, she couldn't do much. She lost a lot of cognitive abilities. But I had her eating pizza. You know, I had her enjoying the little things in life. And then COVID hit, and we lost her just due to all that craziness that went down. That whole year, the reason why I'm bringing this up, it allowed me to utilize all my self-care practices, my vulnerability with myself, the honesty with myself, to really process what was going on. And it was very, very heavy, very, very emotional. And I learned through all the things that I've learned, taught myself, is to sit as much as I could with this emotion of grief, of tragedy, whatever that we, you know, death, anything associated with the real life stuff. And I got so close to it to the point where I started to accept it. And the more, again, this is a process. I had a whole year. And by the time she passed, I've accepted what happened. And then something beautiful happened, where it was, I started looking at life. By accepting it, I started, I guess it was gratitude again, looking at life on how fortunate we are as all humans. And I know I don't want to compare myself to all the people that are going on. There was so much turmoil and tragedy in the world. But for us to be coming out of a body, a human being, conceived, and be able to touch down on this planet of whatever it is the creator created, and give a life, you know, and the fortunate ones that like can live till she passed at 72. People think that's tragic. I'm like, you know, and this, not everyone will agree to this, but I got to the point where I started seeing how fortunate she was to even be given a life, versus focus on the tragedy of how she passed. And then I was saying to myself, wait a minute, I wouldn't even be alive if she wasn't alive, you know? And it started stacking all the things that were so amazing about how lucky it was for her to be born, to have her first go to school, to have her first boyfriend, to have her first job, to have her first, all the things that we, I think, sometimes take for granted. And it got me to this point where I was like, oh my gosh, I accepted it. I'm liberating this what most people grieve, which is still grief. And then it inspired me to know that, wait a minute, I'm not living this life anymore for myself. I'm living this life for her as well, or the legacy of her. And I was like, stripe, and to this day I managed to somehow spiritually be grateful for everything that's happened between us, because it wasn't easy. You know, she was around when I was sick. She was there for all the things like that. But I guess my point is that by doing a lot of this work in spiritual, sitting down with emotion and honoring how heavy life is, we can't get rid of grief, but we can learn how to carry it. And from there, there's something that is very beautiful about it. And I don't know. I know I'm not. This is not a common thing for people to say, but I just feel like if through all this work that I've done for myself and with others, it's got me to a point to really understand the power of emotion and sitting with emotion and sitting with the heavy stuff that most people will never go into. And so that goes back to like helping others and rooting others to know that they are really special. You are a special human being, and everything in a part of you, your beauty, your brains, it's a miracle to be here with you. So I feel like one of my services in life as I keep growing is to remind people about that. Yeah. I hope that didn't go too far.
No,
but
I love that. And then like looking at you, how you achieved a life where I know you did start sharing what you went through early age that made you change your mind to be like, I don't want to stay in this. I really want to become greater or help other people. I really think that's a big development you have to do within you at a young age. Because I know a lot of people, once they have an example from home where either a mother or father are the ones who are on the side of like, not the best, they follow their steps, but you chose not to. My question now is like when you were growing and watching your mom and what you went through in your own life and making those decisions of like, okay, I want to one day become a man who wears a lot of hats, and also like where you are right now, like you're doing really good. I watch your Instagram a lot, and I'm like, this man's like, he doesn't see what he's doing, but you're helping a lot of people in different ways. I have two questions in one. It's like, tell us a little bit more, like at that age of you deciding like, I don't want to choose this, I think you lost a lot of friends and had to be uncomfortable a bit to get where you are. You chose not to follow the steps of your mother, for example, and now that you are helping other people, their stories, do they not make you more heavy to think for them and decide for them, or you just help them and you know how to switch right away to not carry their own burdens?
Great questions. I'm excited for you.
Thank
I
you.
want you to keep doing this. If there's anything I ask of you today after this, is to keep doing this, because I feel like you're on the right path with it, and the questions that you're thinking too, and you're bringing it and you're bridging the gap about it. Yeah. So, like I was explaining earlier to Meta, I've been able to develop an awareness towards the reality, but also the spirituality. I was given a lot of attention, like I said, at a young age. I went through a lot, but I had to know how to separate the difference of what really is beneficial, what classifies is beneficial. Like there's different, how do I say this? For example, like I do believe we're all here for service. I was very lucky because I fell into hospitality at a young age, and I worked for reputable restaurants, and I'm in the food business. I love taking care of people and creating experiences. So that selfishly, I remind myself at times that I know that, like at my age, going through what I went through, I know that is something that I'm meant to do. So I do that. I think when it comes to coaching or learning how to help others become their best version, it's a totally different world. And I tell people, not everybody agrees, but I did study Stoicism. I read a lot of other mentors or say self-improvement gurus that remind. It's important to remind yourself. And I said this, like I said, I felt like we had a podcast earlier before this one, but it's important to remember that we can't change others. Like we can't force people to do things. We can't really even help them. the true essence of coaching is, first of all, is coaching yourself, and then not getting distracted to people please so much to the point where you want people to act the way that you want them to act. So I feel like one of our disabilities as humans is that we're so caught up in wanting people to act the way that we want them to act, and that's an expectation. And if they don't act the way we want to act, we're so self-obsessed that it destroys us, and it affects us, affects our ego, affects everything about what we want to do. And then we can compare and do all these other things. So I think it's very important to identify that we have the ability in life to draw a line in the sand. Some people may call it a boundary, and you may have to learn that through life. But you kind of, and I do believe it's relating to letting go and letting God. Because what I've learned through coaching is that I can't force people, I can't help people that don't want to be helped. I can't, drill it into people about what I've done and what I've accomplished or what I'm teaching and all this amazing stuff that I've discovered. What I have learned is to continue on my path and then trust the universe that when people are ready, or the message I'm putting out there is influential or inspiring enough to catch them at the right time, where they're now curious to what I'm doing. Right? So you're kind of like, you don't want to overcompensate, because I think we do this anyway as humans. We put so much out there on other people and so much into other, like especially our families and stuff like that, which is, it's hard. Like your kids. So I know I don't have kids, but I know for a fact that when all my friends told me, like, when you have a kid, you don't live for yourself anymore, right? But I can't challenge that by saying, hey, well, you know what? Don't you want to be the best version for that person? And they're like, don't you want to show up the best version? Don't you want to be, the best father or mother that you can be? Well, wouldn't you agree that it takes you to still come into yourself to become that? And so I think we're almost like convinced or taught that, no, well, I'm going to put my kids first and put myself second. I mean, I can debate that a little bit. You've already put your kids first. That's a given. That they're first. That's it. They're everything and more to you. They're your life. But if you're now here to be that parent or that support of some sort, I feel there's still an awareness where you have to still honor yourself to be the best father or parent or person that you can be for your loved ones. That's all. I don't know if that answers your question. I think learning how to serve people, whatever it is, comes with knowing that there is a line in the sand. And the more you cross that line, the more you could be compromising a lot of your energy of what makes your service so special. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
If I didn't answer the question properly, you can re-ask the question. But I think that's how I've learned to do it.
No, I think you answered my question. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, thank you for your time. You answered me because I think I always ask myself. As I said, like being a person who goes to church or listen to many pastors, they have a way they say like, oh, they have a burden in the way like they carry the burden of the people come to meet them, because they're members, And I always ask myself, I'm like, okay, so how does people like you, like a coach or people who does the how do you call them? Not psychology. Philosophy. I don't know.
Philosophy.
Yeah. Like, how do they manage like to listen to somebody's issues? You ask in details of what they're going through, but they go and live their life. They don't carry that section with them for the rest of their life. And maybe you can say because they're getting paid, so they do it as a job and move on. But I'm always asking for mostly leaders in churches and stuff, because with them you can see like it weighs a lot on their hearts. It weighs a lot on them, where it's like they become more challenged. Like it's like
angry.
Yeah, not more angry, but more it's like they carry on that thing. Like if I say I don't have money for food or this and that, for example, it's like they carry every small thing. And I'm just like, try not to carry it, because you need to be there for yourself. You need to be there for your kids, your family. So if you keep on carrying the burden of each of your members, like you're gonna die shortly.
Yeah, so you're seeing somebody operating, say, that way, and you're kind of presuming that they're bringing a lot of weight on their shoulders. A lot
of pastors I've heard, online, everywhere, they always do that.
Yeah, and I think that's it. That's their service.
Yeah.
Right? Like I said, if there's anything I can leave you with today is understanding that you have that ability to, like, our brain is always going to judge, assume, and envision what we think is either good or bad for someone else. So you're entitled to that. That's why our brain is our brain. We're very opinionated, self-obsessed humans. That's what we do. We'll go on the TTC and we can judge. I tell anybody, you really want to judge, use your ego to judge, go on the TTC, go to Queen Street's TTC, and you'll see a whole bunch of different types of characters.
Yes.
It's too easy, because our brain now is just going to go, oh, that person, look at them, or that person smells, or this person that. I think it's just going back to that awareness, to know that you have that control, that ability to notice when your brain is making a judgment or a presumption. Hey, look, this pastor is very passionate. I can see why he's a pastor. He wants to carry on this burden. That's why he's doing what he's doing. We don't know his story. We're all fighting our own battle within. Could I make an internal little kind suggestion of, I hope he's happy and he has the peace of mind, because there's so much burden that he takes on himself? Sure, but I feel like that's not for us to, remember, there's a line. If we start worrying too much about that other person, about what they're doing, we will, lose energy for ourselves. Look at it this way. Like, there's people that go to church and will see a pastor or a priest and be like, I don't agree with anything he's saying. They're entitled to that. They're entitled to that judgment or opinion. If they leave the masses over and they go home and it's still bothering them, whatever that person said, that's when it starts to get like, okay, you're letting it get to you to the point where it's like possibly filling areas of these things that it's not necessary, and I think that's a lesson or teachings or an awareness that a lot of people don't have. But then there's a beauty to the fact that by identifying that, what I just talked about, and saying, hey, this pastor is very passionate, I don't agree with everything he's saying, but I'm leaving enough space for me to say I respect what he does. I probably couldn't do what he does. And by having that awareness, see how I'm able to still almost look at it as positive and inspiring and influential, and say, hey, you know what? And I've learned to operate that way, where it's like, you know what? I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to listen to this guy talk. And I don't know what he's going through, So, I mean, look, a lot of this work that I've done to get to this way, it's taken me time. But there's a peace of mind. There's a freedom and a liberation to know that we have that space that we can work towards, which is between stimulus and response. Because remember, stimulus is us letting whatever this priest or pastor said to us, and we're going to let it consume us for 2 or 3 days later. It's how you want to let it consume you. Is it doing you a favor, or is it inspiring you, or is it bothering you? Just know, if it's going to bother you, you have the control to maybe do something about it. Maybe go and have politely or kindly ask them, hey, listen, I need a little bit more clarity towards what you're saying, because it hit a spot where I was like, kind of angry, or I just, do that. Or some people will just put it in there and sweep it under the rug and move on. But that shit might creep up to them a week later, and now they won't like that person anymore. So, I mean, we're complicated people,
we are.
So, but yeah, I try not to. Like I said, let go and let God is probably one of my. There's another one called "Is it when something happens pretty crazy and you're like, oh my God, it's like, is it odd or is it God?" And I think and shout out a lot of my mentors and coaches, people that took me in and allowed me my curiosity to ask questions and learn. And this is not all me. I've taken the initiative to surround myself with people that have helped me. So yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, sorry, I'm long. I can talk a lot. When I get into these kind of conversations, a lot of it comes from here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get into so when it comes to realtor or being a realtor, I've learned a lot from the sales world, and managed to bring a lot of the way we operate as entrepreneurs or salespeople, and bringing spiritual wisdom into that as well. So we might need to do a part two.
We have to because
we might need to do a part 2 of this.
You know how many questions I have? I'm like, okay, no, let's stop, because you are saying things I genuinely want to ask. So even expect an event with me and you, because I may do that, because you know a lot of stuff and I think you can help a lot of people. So let's plan it, because seriously, I still have questions.
Yeah, no, I think beyond this and the opportunity you've given me to speak today, I'm grateful for the connection.
Thank you.
I am rooting for you entirely, for you to even take the risk, and we know we have a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And somehow knew that I was gonna be a right fit for your podcast is an honor. And it's a beautiful journey of just continuous growth and stuff like that. So yeah, anything you need or anything that I can do to help.
Thank you.
And I'm continue to do your stuff.
Thanks.
And if you have any questions at all, I'm here. That's what I do. I'm here to serve, right? So yeah.
No, we're gonna do it part 2. I promise. Okay, I'm gonna ask. Last thing is, do you want to say something last to encourage people?
Like I said, I'm just grateful. I'm excited, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm doing a lot of things that I feel that I'm now really meant to do. This is the other side. I love throwing events. I love music. I love bringing people together. I love curating this experience where people come and they almost feel like they know each other before. And I put so much into it. But one thing I've learned about doing events at this time around, because I did it back in the day and I had to stop, was it's not just about you. It's about people around you and the team and the people that support me. So it goes back again to letting go and letting God. And there's so many things. I'm a perfectionist at times, and attention to detail, fixated on a lot of things like that. But the more I just trust and let go and do what I believe in doing, and how beautiful these things are coming, and I don't know, it's an amazing thing. So I'm just grateful that I'm doing my events. So look out for that. I got another one coming September 20th. And then the coaching thing, look, if I can tell people all the time, everyone's a coach. And who are they coaching every day? Themselves. And that's truly the essence of coaching, is that you can't force anyone to do anything, but you can inspire people to do others. So continue your journey, continue believing in what you believe in. And it's not easy, but there's people like me that will be your biggest fan. And then last but not least, I don't know, when it comes to I think we can talk about it next time, is the realtor side, is I use that platform to challenge me. The reality is there is an economy, there is politics, bills, and the CRA taxes and stuff like that. So I've been managed to focus on the systematic world, and I use that as a little platform for me to continuous challenge myself and be in that world too. And those are the 3 things I'm focused on right now, and I love it. So yeah, 3 things I'll finally leave you with is my fundamentals of life is: number 1, gratitude's a superpower. Number 2, self-awareness is a close second. The only reason why I think gratitude is better is because it has the ability to shift your perception instantly. And last but not least, which you do well, and I noticed a lot today, is that don't ever stop being curious. Like, walk with curiosity at all times, because not only does it keep you grounded and humble, you approach each situation or circumstance as a student, and you're always learning. And the biggest thing I've ever learned to end it all is, people ask me all the time, what's the biggest thing I learned, is when I found out the reason why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. And I contradict this all the time because I love talking and I speak a lot, but it's to listen twice as much as we speak. So if you can honor that and master that, which I think you're already doing, because you're doing what you're doing, asking questions, you're on the right path. So thanks.
You too. Thank you so much, Jeff. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching Bella Let's Talk. We appreciate you, and stay tuned. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.